Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to use GoToMeeting to hold virtual meetings. You'll want to go to GoToMeeting.com, and if you haven't logged in before, it'll either bring you to this login screen or to their business website, and in the corner there should be a little spot where you can hit login. So I'm going to log in using one of our company accounts. I'm going to sign in. And it'll bring you to this account homepage. So on this homepage, there's a couple important things. Here on the left is where you can start a meeting at any time. So say it's impromptu and no one is using the account, you can just start it quickly, send out the GoToMeeting link, and then people can join in real time. Over here is where you can schedule a meeting, and that allows you to send out the link ahead of time. Down here at the bottom is meetings that are either scheduled or they are unscheduled, but they're always kind of available. So you can see what meetings have been scheduled. It's really important to look here first before you think about using the account, because if someone already has it reserved at that time, you're going to go to start a meeting and there will already be one in session. To schedule a meeting, you hit schedule. And you can enter a meeting name. You can also say whether it occurs once or multiple times. If you have a reoccurring meeting, maybe a sales meeting that happens every week, then you would want that to occur multiple times, and it will leave that link open so that people can join in using that. You can set the date here, the time, and this is the duration, how long you're going to be meeting for. Because I am in Colorado, it's using Mountain Time. But you can also change that if necessary. Here are the audio settings, so it's automatically going to pull from my built-in audio from my computer. However, maybe you have a separate way to call in, and so you would use your own conference call service. You can add co-organizers, and you can also determine whether participants need a password in order to enter the meeting. If I saved it, it would then show up in my meetings as a future event. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and start a meeting so we can look at the tools and how it works. Now, I have GoToMeeting desktop app installed on my Mac. I think that's probably the best way to go. If you run it through the web, which you can do, it'll look a little bit different. So this is what you see when you start a meeting. Up here is what the participants are going to see. It's just the information about the meeting. Here is where I can show my main screen, or I can show just a window, like a particular application that's open. Once I've showed it, I can then stop showing my screen. I'm going to go ahead and show it. That way we can look at some of these options. Up here in this panel, this is what the participants are seeing. I can also stop showing my screen, so it'll go away, and all they will be able to see is those meeting details and webcams if they are hooked up. So I'm going to go back to showing it. And yep, I want to show my whole screen. I can also give keyboard and mouse control. This allows participants to interact with my screen. So I could pull something up and then say, I don't really understand what you're talking about. Can you show me with the mouse? Or I'm not seeing that document. Can you find it and open it? So it allows them to interact with your screen similarly to if you were sitting next to them and sharing the mouse. You can also give keyboard and mouse control to just one person or to everyone. Right here, this is the attendees. Here you can see this is me, Haley Huberty, the organizer. So that's who started the meeting, and the presenter. That means I'm showing my screen and I'm in control. But I can also invite other people. If I'm holding an impromptu one, I want to use this information. Right now from my other computer, I'm going to call into the meeting so we can see what it looks like when there's another attendee. I muted myself so that I don't hear any echo. So it has said you're muting yourself. And up here is where you can quickly unmute yourself if you would like. So now I have another attendee, and because I'm logged into the support account on my other computer, it shows up as Creative Learning Systems. But here I have some options of what I can do with this attendee. I can mute them if there's echo or there's background noise that we want to get rid of. I can also send a request that asks them to unmute. Making them a presenter allows them to share their screen with everybody. Making them an organizer means that they're running it. For example, if I was holding a meeting and Penelope was sitting in on it, but I had to leave early, I could make her the organizer and then allow her to continue the meeting, even though I have left and logged out. I can also give this attendee keyboard and mouse, allow them to draw on the screen. I can send them a message, and I can also ask them to turn their webcam on. The next kind of section of this control panel is audio. So this is showing where audio is coming in from, and it's coming from my MacBook computer. I can also see where sound is coming out. Here's the webcam option, so I can share my webcam, and now it's going to record me and it's going to show me what I see, and this webcam would also pop up on the top of the screen of any attendees. And I'm going to get rid of this box, and I'm going to stop sharing my webcam. The next section is a chat. Any attendees can ask questions, they can make comments. Sometimes people have to be muted, so that's the way that they communicate, especially during certain meetings if they're in the office. You can also send messages to particular people. So maybe I want to send a message to one person to remind them of something we need to do after, and I could send it through here. This is really great if you have a large number of people. That way, if someone doesn't want to interrupt or is having a hard time finding a pause where they can ask a question, they can also put it here, and it allows the organizer and the presenter to kind of keep an eye on it and address those questions when there's a pause and take the time to answer those questions. You can also record meetings. This is awesome so that anyone who wasn't able to make the call, or if you think it's information that might be useful for people in the future, record it, save it, put it in a local place, and it's there as a resource for everyone to use. So here, this is going to pause sharing my screen. So if I'm still talking, but I want to prep something else, like I want to go ahead and pull this Google Sites up, no one is seeing that. They're just seeing this tab that I had open when I paused it. And then when I hit play, it's going to automatically shift to this new tab that I opened up. Here's where I can give keyboard and mouse control. So now all participants can use their mouse. So for example, my mouse is here, but I have a participant using their mouse, and they're able to come over and click on another tab and open it. So they're able to interact with it. Now I'm going to take away mouse control. I can also make someone else the presenter. So now the other attendee is the presenter. Now I can see the other attendee's screen. And I'm going to make me the presenter again. There are different kind of drawing and viewing options. So right now I have my pointer so you can see my mouse. I could also use a spotlight if I think that that helps draw the attention a little bit more. I can use a highlighter and highlight something, maybe a specific point on a page. I can also use an arrow. You can erase all drawings, and you can give attendees ability to draw, and you can change the color. So there's lots of tools here that can be beneficial when you are running a meeting and collaborating with others. So what I'm going to do to end the meeting is I'm going to hit the red X. It's going to ask me, are you leaving or are you ending the meeting? And in order to leave, I have to choose an organizer. But I'm just going to leave, and I'm going to end the meeting for everybody. So it kicks everyone out, and it will stop recording. Yes, I want to end the meeting. And it says your recording needs to be converted. So that's going to put it into a file that is usable and readable by most people's computers. So I would say go ahead and convert recording. I don't need to now, so I'm going to say not now. And that's it. That's how you use GoToMeeting.